Once upon a time in a bustling city park, there lived a little ant named Anthony. Now Anthony was no ordinary ant. Oh no. He had a big dream. You see, Anthony wanted to be a software engineer. He longed to create programs that would make life easier for ants everywhere. He dreamed of building apps that would help them find food faster, travel more efficiently, and even chat with other ants in real time. But here's the thing, Anthony was just a little ant. He didn't go to school. He didn't have any friends, and he didn't even know where to start. But you know what they say, if you dream it, you can do it. So Anthony set out to make his dream a reality. Now, the first thing he did was ask some of the older ants if they knew anyone who could teach him how to code. They all just laughed at him and said something along the lines of, "You're an ant, you little ant. Why do you want to learn to code? Just focus on carrying crumbs and building your colony. Leave the coding to us humans." And that's exactly what Anthony did. He carried crumbs, built his colony, and waited patiently for one of the humans to come and teach him how to code. He waited and he waited, but the humans never came. One day, Anthony decided to take matters into his own hands. He marched right up to the human sitting on the nearby bench and said, "Excuse me, Mr. Human, could you please teach me how to code?" The human looked down at Anthony and said, "I'm sorry, little ant, but I don't have time to teach you how to code. I have a million things to do, like write this book report or finish this Python script, build my website, and design a new mobile app." Anthony was devastated, but he wasn't going to give up. So he went home, sat on his bed of leaves, and started thinking about how he could learn to code without any help. That is, when he remembered something his mother had told him when he was just a little baby ant. She had said, "If you want something done right, do it yourself." So that's exactly what Anthony did. He started teaching himself how to code. At first, it was tough. He didn't have any fancy equipment or expensive courses to help him learn. But he was determined to succeed. He started by reading books on coding, then he started watching online tutorials, and before long, he was a self-taught software engineer. As soon as he learned enough to create basic programs, he started building his dream app. It took him months to complete, but finally he had done it. He created an app called Ant Chat, which allowed ants to chat with each other in real time. The app was a hit. Ants everywhere were using it to communicate with each other and share information about food sources and potential predators. Anthony's dream had come true. He was a successful software engineer and he had done it all without any help from the humans. But that's not the end of the story. You see, after a while, Anthony started to feel like something was missing. His app was working great, but he wasn't learning anything new. He had reached a point where he needed someone else's input to grow as a software engineer. So he decided to reach out to the humans again, but this time he didn't ask them for anything. Instead, he shared his app with them and asked for their feedback. The humans were blown away by Anthony's skills. They couldn't believe that a little ant had taught himself how to code and create such a useful app. They gave him tons of feedback and advice on how to improve his app, and they also offered to help him take it to the next level. Anthony was so grateful for the humans' support. He realized that even though they were bigger and stronger than him, they were also willing to help a small ant achieve his dream. From that day on, Anthony and the humans worked together to make Ant Chat the best communication app for ants everywhere. They developed new features, fixed bugs, and made sure that the app was available to all ants, regardless of their size or strength. Together, they created something truly special, something that had never been done before, a successful software engineering project led by an ant. Now, the other ants in the park were amazed by Anthony's success. They couldn't believe that a little ant had become a software engineer and was working with the humans to create useful apps. They started asking Anthony for help with their own projects, and soon he was leading a team of ants and humans working together to make the world a better place for everyone. And that, dear fellow scholars, is the story of how a little ant with a big dream became a successful software engineer. Now, this fable has a few morals. First of all, it shows the importance of setting clear goals. If Anthony hadn't been so specific about what he wanted to do, he might have gotten lost in the weeds of learning to code and never actually built his app. He knew exactly what he wanted to create and he went for it. This reminds us that we should always clarify our project requirements upfront so that we don't miss any information that we need. This fable also teaches us the value of perseverance. Anthony didn't let the fact that he was just a little ant stop him from pursuing his dreams. He didn't have anyone to teach him how to code, but he didn't give up. He kept trying different approaches until he found one that worked for him. This reminds us that we should never give up on our goals, no matter how difficult they may seem. With enough hard work and determination, we can achieve anything we set our minds to. Finally, this fable shows the power of collaboration. Anthony didn't have to do everything himself. He reached out to the humans for help, and together they accomplished something truly special. This reminds us that we should never be afraid to ask for help when we need it. By working together, we can accomplish more than we ever could alone. So remember, fellow scholars, no matter how big or small you are, you can achieve anything you set your mind to. All you need is a clear goal, unwavering determination, and a willingness to collaborate with others. Now, I hope you enjoyed this modern fable. If you did, please don't forget to show your support. Your support means the world to me, and it helps me create more videos like this one. Thank you for watching and for your continued support. And as always, I'll see you next time.